love coming here. This is, I call this place my haven. It's a hangar, just hanging off the side of a hill here. It's pretty ancient woodland, mostly comprising of trees, some coniferous stuff, and these ash trees, which in the last few years have taken a real beating with the ash dieback disease, and that disease has taken its toll here. This forest used to be really dark. It was an incredible place. You could come here, feel the solitude, silence, uncannily quiet, and spend time here just kind of joining with yourself or whatever, you know. But now these ashes have all perished. There's no leaf on them at all, and they are all starting to just come down. It's completely changing the complexion of this beautiful forest. It's really sad. What I love about this place is that it's just so silent. Its position just makes it a natural, silent area. You can come here, the odd thrush aside, and just hear nothing. It's the closest I can get to silence within about, 25-mile radius of where I live. So when I first got my severe tinnitus, I spent weeks in despair, but on some really good prescription medication, so I didn't care about the despair. But as we tapered the medication off and the full force of the horror came on board, I remember one day particularly being just horrific, and I just decided to come up here. And I had no plan other than to come up here, sit with my tinnitus, and just see who flinched first. I don't know what I was trying to achieve. I was at the depths of my despair. I just came up here and thought, I'm just sitting here until something changes. And if that means I sit here forevermore, get hypothermia, starve, so be it. And I sat here in these woods for about 6 hours with just the absolute screaming tinnitus going full bore. And something in me changed, and I'm not sure what. I've tried explaining it to people. I'm going to try and explain it to you. Over the course of about 3 or 4 hours, it slowly sort of dawned on me that there's these noises that I can hear, this stuff going on that appears to be in my ears. It's actually in my head. Tinnitus is in your head, not in your ears. Wasn't going to back down. It wasn't going to go away. Something this loud that had come along so violently and forcibly wasn't going to back down and go away. People talk about ringing tinnitus. You know, it's nothing like that. My tinnitus is nothing like that. I have really loud hissing in both ears, really, really, really loud, like car tires being let down here. I have crickets in this ear clicking away 6 to 8 times a second, and I have all sorts of digital bleeps and blurps and chirrups in this ear just randomly going off, but sort of in pulse with my heartbeat. And the whole thing's pulsatile, so I got the whooshing sounds of my heartbeat as well. And that was just, all of that was going full chat. And I thought, this isn't going anywhere. This noise, these noises are not going to go. So I started thinking that I would have to go, because I wasn't going to stick around for them. It's horrific noise. And as I sat here, I just thought, I will just stay here forevermore now. That's it. I have failed. My life has come to a premature end. Nobody's fault. I just slipped, fell down an embankment, didn't land properly. After a while, sitting here just sort of contemplating this, I realized that I would like to see where this is going, where this journey is going. Where am I going to end up? And although the obvious was in a mental institution on hard drugs, that seemed to be the obvious conclusion. But it slowly began to dawn on me that there might be another way. And although sitting here now, today, you know, sort of thinking that I could contemplate that I might be able to live with this condition, I wasn't thinking that at the time. It was just more a curiosity about where this madness would take me, and to follow it down the rabbit hole and see what's down there, see what's at the bottom. It was a transformative event, and I still can't quite encapsulate the words to express how it was that, but it just was. Because later I went home, I walked back up the hill, and I felt like I'd made contact with my tinnitus. For the first time, I'd stopped running from it and just sat there with it for hours and hours and hours, going, oh yeah, okay, and that's all it is. That's all you are. You're just noise being generated by my brain, because my brain is interpreting nervous system signals incorrectly. That's all you are. Just noises. And I felt the first stirrings of being able to possibly negotiate a peace with it one day. What I now know is that was the day I stopped running from my tinnitus, stopped trying to outpace it, stopped trying to evade it, hide from it, fool it. It was the day I stopped, turned around and challenged it. And it's the biggest day so far that if I could say there's one day that was transformative, that allows me to live with severe tinnitus today, I'd say that was the day. Stop running from it. Stop trying to flee. Turn and face it when you're ready. As time went on and I made contact with other people who had severe tinnitus, I began to see that they were describing their tinnitus and it sounded equally as horrific as mine. I couldn't believe other people could have it as severely as I did, but they did. And what's more, they were posting, they were sharing information, giving tips and methods of dealing with it. And the proof was there that there were other people out there whose tinnitus was equally as severe as mine, and yet here they were, alive, well, and in a good place. And as soon as I woke up to that, as soon as I took that on board, again, there was a seismic shift in my attitude towards it. And I started to learn the methods and adopt them into everyday life. And that's the story of recovery. That's habituation. That word, that strange word, I had to learn what it meant. That's habituation. Looking around this wood, which I've been coming to for well more than half my life, and seeing it in this, on the surface, this dreadful state, I can't help but draw a parallel with my own situation and where I found myself this time last year. Both the wood and me are seemingly destroyed. But neither of us have been destroyed, and we're both of us in a period of change and upheaval. This wood is it's got some really strong, healthy yew trees, and they don't look that old. Maybe 100 years old. I don't think that's particularly old for a yew. Maybe a couple of 100 years. And as the ash goes, the yew trees will have a chance to thrive. All of the light will be available to them. And so if you come back in 20 years or 30 years or something, this will be predominantly yew trees in here. Just like another section of the hill around there, on the northern side. So it's in a period of flux, a period of change. And if I can think about that in terms of my own recovery, then I've been through a period of change. I've been through a life-changing accident that has indeed changed my life. And I ran from that. I fought that. I kicked against it. I railed against it. I wanted everything to be like it was before the accident, before the severe tinnitus. I'd have done anything. And now, just over a year later, this is going to sound really weird. I wouldn't have my old life back if you offered it to me. It's not to say it was a bad life. It's just that I've moved on so much that I am comfortable with who I am now. I wasn't always comfortable with who I was before my accident. I'm confident in what I believe. I'm more certain of my convictions and my plans going forward. Life is simpler. All of those things that complicated my existence before the accident, they've been removed. They were forcibly removed. And recovery has been a chance for them not to come back, not to start interfering with my way. So the wood and I are both in a state of change. The important thing is that the wood will prevail. It will prevail. There will always be trees on this slope. And just as importantly, I have to play it very simply, and I have to prevail. Tinnitus can do what it likes.